And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today I'm taking a look at Orléans, but I've already reviewed this game, but I want to take a look at it again. First of all, because I think it's a really, really great game. But secondly, this is the Deluxe edition from Tasty Minstrel Games. It's much thicker. I believe it's almost 50% thicker than the original Orléans were. The pieces are much, much better than the original game. And there's a couple extra tiles, but mostly it's the exact same game. If you've never heard of it though, pay attention, because this is a game that really deserves more credit for what it is. Let me show you. As you can see, the board here is just a tremendous look to it. In fact, let me show you this. This is a bag here full of pieces and components that came in this deluxe edition that I'm not using. I mean, these are actually, some of them, like the tiles here, are very thick compared to those of the original game, but you don't need to use these because they're replaced. You can use them if you want to, but why would I use those coins when I can use these nice metal coins? You know, these goods here, I could see maybe some people, the good tiles, they're easier, you know, to randomly shuffle them and put them out, but I just threw them all in a bag and just pulled them out and randomly placed them here. And they're, you know, they make bigger piles. The different tiles here, these are actually wooden discs that have to be stickered. And so it does take a while to sticker everything. But as you can see, just the whole board here looks really good. I mean, it's bigger than this. This is one player board here. So the way that the game works is it's going to be a certain number of rounds, and at the beginning of each round, you will turn over an event tile, and it's going to tell you some sort of event that will happen each round. The event usually will happen at the end of the round, and something will happen there. Then you'll check the farmer track up here, and whoever's the farthest on the farmer track will get a coin, and whoever's the farthest behind will lose a coin. Then each player is going to reach into their bag. And so there's 5 different colors included. You see 4 of them here. There's also a black color. And they'll pull out a number of tiles based on where they are on the soldier track here. So everyone starts with 4. So they'll pull out their 4 starting tiles and place them in front of them. So they're going to look at their player board here. And you can see I have my 4 starting tiles. And each player is going to be simultaneously putting these tiles out on their board. Now you don't have to, you can leave them down here. But you're going to want to put them on different places. Like I might say, I want to do a castle. So I'll put him, and her there. And that's going to get me a castle. Or maybe I want a farmhouse. So I'll put those 2 here. And I'll put these 2 here. And then hopefully later on, I'll get what I need there. So you're going to be trying to figure out what you need. And obviously, some of the slots you're not going to have at the beginning of the game. But you're going to, when you go to these places, you're going to take different actions. Some of these actions are going to give you more of these discs that you can put in your bag. Some will give you points, some will let you move. Let's take a look at the ones that give you discs. Now, when you take an action that gives you discs, you're going to put that disc in your bag, and any discs that you used to get that disc also go in your bag that you'll be able to pull out. A disc everyone's going to want is the monks here, because these are wilds. They can be used anywhere, so those are good ones to have. The farmers are good discs. They're used in a lot of places, but also every time you get one of these, you move your token along here. Remember, the farthest gets a coin, the farthest behind has to pay a coin, but also as you move to each one of these spots, you will get a good of that specific type that's shown at the top there. Then we have down here, when you take one of these discs, you're going to get a cog. Now, when you get a cog, you're going to be able to take that cog and place it on your player board. The first one's going to farmer, and then after that they can go pretty much anywhere they want. And you'll notice when I put that cog there, from now on to activate that space, I only need 2 tiles to go there. That cog is basically reduces the costs of different space. You can only have 1 cog out of spot, but you can, here now, every time I put a brown there, I'm going to get a white tile, which is a pretty neat thing. If you go here, you will get one of the black discs. And you also can take one of these tiles. There's a whole pile of tiles that you can go through, and you can look at these different tiles here and take one of these, and it will give you a special action that only you can take. So here I can maybe get a wine. Every time I put a farmer and a black disc down, I'll get a wine token. And so there's all different buildings. There's level 1 buildings, level 2 buildings. You can build level 1 the first over, After that, you can build level 2s or 1s, and it's up to you. You can just go through the pile and take anything you want. Hey, I want some more cogs. I'll take the laboratory. Then, on the board here, the fishermen here, when you move them across, you simply get money as they move across. So this is a quick way to get money, and the first person to go all the way across will get this citizen tile. And the soldiers, when you get them across, of course you get a soldier disc, but you also will be able to draw more discs from your bag each turn. So here you're drawing 4 discs at the beginning, then 5, 6, 7, over here 8, and another citizen tile. Down here, you're going to get points on this track down here. When you go move here, you'll get 2 points, and 3, then 4, and 5, and 6. And you're going to move your cubes along this track at the bottom, which is really important at the end of the game, and also the first person will get more of these citizens. Other actions you can take will let you move your merchant here on the board. When you move your merchant, you can maybe move on a river or on land. When you move across one of those, you get one of the resources, if there is one there, as you move. You also have the opportunity to build different trading spots. If you move, for example, maybe I move down here, I have the opportunity to build a trading post in that area. So you're going to be building trading posts around. And this is basically the game. You are simply doing that. There's one more thing I mentioned. You can send people over to this board. When you send people over to this board, wherever you send them, you will get basically a reward, which is intelligence points. That's for that track at the bottom of the board, or coins. And whoever puts the last one in a certain spot will also get that citizen. So this is good to get those rewards, but also good to, maybe you don't want fishermen, you don't want to be pulling them from your bag anymore. So it's a way to get rid of those and put those out. So all this is going on. After a certain number of rounds, the game is going to end. Now, each of the different resources that you have are going to be worth points. And you can see some resources are worth more points than others. Cloth is worth 5 points. But also, every trading post you have out, plus every citizen that you've collected, these guys here, you are going to multiply those by whichever one of these stars you've passed here at the bottom. So if I got my thing past this one, it's 4. Let's say I have 4 trading posts and 2 citizens. That would be 6 times 4, 24 points, plus all the points from my goods. And whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. Now, Orléans was nominated for the Kennerspiel of the year, the strategy game of the year in Germany. It did not win. It should have won. It is an excellent game. And many times I'm accused of not liking Euro games. People are like, oh, well, you need that theme. This game really doesn't have a strong theme. It has a little bit of a theme, but not much. And yet the mechanisms in this game are so strong and so clean that I just adore it. Now, I've liked deck building games. Dominion started those where you build your own deck during a game. This is a kind of a bag building game where you're putting tiles into a bag and pulling them out. Very similar to a deck building game. But what I like is as you pull them, you can decide what to go, but it has this technological tree feel to it. As I look down and say, okay, well, this game I'm going to try to get soldiers and try to be pulling as many tiles from the bag as I can. Or this one I'm going to try to get some monks. It gives me randomness. I can go out. Or I'm going to build a lot of trading houses on the board and just go for points that way. Or I'm going to try to get as many goods as I possibly can. Everyone's going to probably try different things. And money can become tight. You know, you're going to use money for buying different tiles and doing different things. The resources, you're going to be fighting over the different resources. There's just kind of this back and forth interplay that players are trying to do. The event tiles add a little bit of randomness, but for the most part, and I guess the tiles you pull from your bag is randomness, for the most part, you are deciding your fate as to what you do. And I like this whole reward and more reward. Basically, if I take the soldier, not only do I get the soldier, but now I can also pull more tiles from the bag. When I take the farmer, not only do I get the farmer, I get a good, and I possibly will get an extra coin per turn. That stuff is really solid to me. I really enjoy how the game just has this, flow of good. And whoever does the best is the winner. And I think that's enjoyable to me. The look here, the deluxe components, from the coins to the discs and the wow. I mean, I feel bad I haven't got rid of that extra bag of goods. I feel bad. I'm like, all this cardboard I'd just be getting rid of. I mean, but this other stuff is just so much nicer. And this gives me high hopes because Tasty Minstrel is making a deluxe version of one of my favorite games, Colosseum. And so if they can make this one look that good, I think they can do the same thing to Colosseum. Folks, if you have a chance to get this, yes, this is not cheap because it's a deluxe version, but this is a game that you will still be playing in many years. It is that solid of a strategic game, Orléans. Dice Tower Judgment, amazing, into my collection.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.